Comedy talk at its worst. It's the Lunatic Radio Show.
Because I'm strong and you're weak. Because I'm the type of guy that everyone here wants to be like, and you are pathetic. It's the way it is. It's the way it's always going to be. And there's nothing you or your pencil-neck geek friends can do or say about it. Comprende, dickhead?
An idea about what we do. We would not be good at what we do, would we? We would be cunts. You calling us cunts?
What up, everybody? LR Radio Show. Second one out of the gate, 2 in a row. Fucking A, bro. Wow, that rhymed. I'm Kieran. There's no other host of this radio show, just me. Welcome to the radio broadcast. 2021 getting off to a good start. Kim and Kanye getting a divorce. Dr. Dre had an aneurysm. And fucking A, bro. Yeah, a lot to do on this radio show today. I'm going to sit here and talk about some shit.
An idea about what we do. We would not be good at what we do, would we? We would be cunts. You calling us cunts?
I'm going to bring back the word C. I'm going to bring the C word back. Cunt. Gotta bring it back for 2021. Let's do it, people. Obviously, follow us on the social medias at Lunatic Radio on Twitter and Instagram. Random question at lunaticradio.com. If you have a random question, email us at randomquestion at lunaticradio.com. I believe I have a few this week. It's been a slow start, but hey, we're just getting back to doing radio shows. I got 3 listeners. This is fucking great. Kicking it off, killing it. Yeah, word up. I need to change the intro music because this shit is just not vibing with me. I gotta find some intro music. Anybody got some royalty-free intro music out there? Send it my way. Kieran at lunaticradio.com is my email address. But I get all the emails, so it doesn't matter. Just send them somewhere. Send them to me. I need some intro music. Yeah. Fucking A, man. I don't want to talk about politics, but fucking Rocket texted me, my co-host, my MIA co-host, who will randomly do the show at some point. I don't know when that is. He texted me about the, what are they calling it? The Insurrection. And I'm not talking politics. I don't give a fuck what happened down there. What up? National Days. What up, cool teacher in the chat room? Yeah, Rock texted me about the Insurrection. And the thing he texted me was that the guy that was dressed, I guess there was a dude who was dressed up as like a Wolfman. He's a dude who dressed up. I got to pick a picture of him here. He was dressed as a Wolfman, and you know, he penetrated the Capitol there. Penetrated the Capitol. That's what I just said. Penetrated, and he stood at Nancy Pelosi's desk, you know, wearing like a wolf hat, and he looks like a Wolfman guy. Well, Rock texted me. He's like, that guy's from Arizona, and I was like, that makes fucking sense, man. Because if you meet people that live in Arizona, the state I currently reside in, they're out of their fucking minds. Their brains are soaked with the sun. I read a study not too long ago. It was on the news out here in Arizona, which is pointless anyway. Dude, you don't need to have news in Arizona. We don't need to have weather in Arizona. We don't need the weatherman. That's the most pointless job in Arizona, is being a weatherman. But anyway, they have the news out here like they have everywhere. And the news was saying that in 2040, the state of Arizona, at least the valley where Phoenix is and Tempe and Scottsdale and all that shit, it will be uninhabitable. Is that the word? You won't be able to live here because it'd be too fucking hot. In 2040, according to scientists, not people who read the Bible, scientists, you know, people who deal in forensics, fucking in 2040, you won't be able to live here. So when Rock texted me about the guy in the wolf hat who stormed the Capitol along with a bunch of other dudes, some lady got killed and a cop got killed. 5 people got killed. It was terrible. But the guy in the wolf hat that everybody took pictures of, he's from Arizona, and it makes sense. That makes sense. Guys who look like that are guys that have been listening to Puddle of Mud and Papa Roach for the last 20 years. Because if you listen to the radio out here in Arizona, that's like the hot music being played. Papa Roach and Puddle of Mud. Korn is still played on the radio out here. Unreal. Yeah. So people from Arizona, just know people from Arizona are they are like the rejects of the rest of the country. They come to Arizona because they just couldn't make it where they're from. And I'm sure this guy's not a native Arizonian. I'm sure he's from fucking LA or originally from Seattle or Alabama. He just couldn't hack it in Alabama. So he had to come here. You know? Fucking A. So the Insurrection, Rock tells me the Wolfman guy is from Arizona. That fucking makes perfect sense to me. Fucking A. Do you realize on the radio out here in Arizona, the morning shows, the hot morning show, I believe it's called Holmberg's Morning Sickness, Wacky Whack, Morning Sickness. Yeah. That motherfucker still plays a music bed behind every time he talks. Every time he talks, he has like, and he's just mumbling about what? Like, a music bed behind your talk show. That is hack upon hack. Arizona is stuck in 1995. So this guy, Wolfman, who's storming the Capitol, makes perfect sense to me. That's what people wear out here. You get gypsies. You see like gypsies, like people who like, I don't know, they did drugs in their younger years or they have a mental instability. They go on these fucking hikes. Like they go to Mexico and they walk north to Canada. That's what comes through Arizona. They come through Arizona. And guys like the Wolfman probably did that and ended up in Arizona and just became a resident because he fucking slept outside of a Circle K for a long time. Yeah, welcome back, LR. Billy Cham, what up, dude? You were missed. Really? I don't know about that. Rock and cool teacher. Rock has become a listener now. Now he's in the chat room. That's what Rock does. He just comes and he hangs out in the chat room. Wolfman Jack off. Oh, I get it. That's a good one. Hold on a second.
Ladies and gentlemen,
I hit the wrong button.
leaders and fighters for freedom and liberty and the American dream, the best is yet to come.
Wasn't that lady right, though? Holy shit, she really knocked it out of the ballpark. 2021 got off to a fucking hip-hopping start. No pun intended on Dr. Dre right there, who had a brain aneurysm. But Kanye's getting a divorce, and the world's just fucking coming to an end again. Didn't the world already come to an end? Didn't the world come to an end back in March, and now we're just going to try to do it again? Ay, caramba. On fucking Monday, I disconnected my cable. I called my cable company and was like, I don't want the cable anymore. You know why? Because it plays the fucking news, and I can't stop watching the goddamn news. I got to get rid of the cable. So I was like, I got rid of the cable. DirecTV, bye. Kick rocks, DirecTV. And they were actually happy I was gone. The lady that took my phone at DirecTV was like, oh, you want to cancel? Oh, that's fine. Okay. Not even like trying to sell me on something. She was just like, all right, that's fine. See you later. You know? I don't know where I was going right there. So I canceled my cable to get rid of the news. And now I can't get like I was fine for like a half a day. And all of a sudden my phone starts acting up. Like ding 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 ding. And it's like a fucking an insurrection, they're calling it. An insurrection. I thought that was some sort of like opposite of an erection. I don't know. That's what I did with my erection. I inserted it. Insurrection. Get it? Dad joke. Yeah. So now I got to hear about that all. I mean, I can't get away. You can't get away like the fucking goddamn news. You just can't get away from it. So now I got to turn off all my notifications on my phone, I think. Because it's just bing, 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 bing. Fucking hillbillies are storming the Capitol. Bing, 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 bing. Somebody got shot. Bing, 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 bing. Wolfman Jack's in there on fucking Pelosi's desk. Some dude's sitting at Pelosi's desk stealing her laptop. Like, how did rednecks figure out how to get into the Capitol? Oh, and then everybody's like, oh, well, if it was, if it was Black Lives Matter, it would have been a whole different, yeah, it would have. Would have been a whole different situation. White people they get away with a lot. White people get away with a lot, dude. Oh, my God. So what are we doing now? Like even I guess the vice president was like, you know what? Fucking Trump's kind of sucks, dude. It took me 4 years to realize this. You know, that fucking, who's the Pence guy? 5 Pence. We'll call him 5 Pence. 5 Pence was like, I don't know about this guy anymore. I know we're like 2 weeks away from us being out of here, but let me just go out on a limb and say I don't like this guy. So I guess, you know, that's what's happening. And I guess Trump's not going to the inauguration, which is fine. Who gives a fuck? And Pence is going to go, and we're going to have Sleepy Joe for 4 years, and that's it. But hopefully, you know, I don't understand. But, you know, here's the thing. I was thinking of this during the, like, we have to, I think, I don't want to talk politics, but I got to get a couple things out. Like, I believe we need to have a cap. You know how, like, you can't run for president before the age of 35? I think there needs to be a cap at the top, too. I'm talking politics. I don't mean it. I think there needs to, I'm not talking politics. I don't really care about liberals. They can all go jerk off and blow loads on each other's faces. I don't care. I'm an independent guy. I don't give a fuck. But I think there needs to be a cap for when you can run the president later in life. So like maybe 60 years old. You have to run for president before the age of 60 or at 60 years old. You can be president after the age of 60, but you have to run before 60. You can't run after the age of 60. What do you think about that? Because we got fucking two guys that everybody's been arguing about for like, you know, months and months, years. Sleepy Joe and fucking Donald Trump. This is one of them 70-40, the other one's 77. They're both going to be dead in like a decade. Good chance. Both of them are going to be fucking dead and off the planet within a decade. So why are we all getting bent out of shape about these motherfuckers? You know? And you can't have dudes getting in like Biden or Trump getting in there and going, you know what? I know my life is going to come to an end pretty soon, so I'm going to fuck some shit up and make a legacy for myself. So people talk to me after I'm gone. That shit's going to end. We got to cap the top, cap the bottom, cap the top. 35, you can't run until you're 35. You can't run over the age of 60. Get out. See? And then that keeps everything progressive. You keep the younger people in there with the younger thoughts, and things move along incrementally. Little bit, you know, little progressive thoughts in there. People with some fucking sense get in there, you know? It makes the people in Washington work harder, because if you're a fucking congressman, you only got like 3 years before you need to become a senator. And then, you know, if you want to run for president, blah, blah, blah. You got to do it quick. You got to work. You can't just fucking become a senator and then blow loads on your face for the rest of your life until you fucking die. Nancy Pelosi, right? We got that old lady in there where the Wolfman went. That motherfucker's 80 years old. What the fuck? She can't even finger bang herself anymore. What's she in there for? You know? Too many old people. Out with the old, in with the fucking relatively not old. That's what I'm saying. Insurrection. This Wolfman Jack motherfucker from Arizona in there. Look at this fucking guy. He looks like he hasn't even showered. He looks like he did manscape a little bit, though. Like on the side of his rib cage. I don't get it. Yeah, so that's where we're at, motherfuckers. 2021. Yeah, getting off to a fucking rip-roaring start. By the way, if you want to call in, 716-325-0299. Phone lines are open. This is a call-driven radio show. That's what I'm hoping for. Call-driven. Accurate Billy, what up? I don't know what that means. Is he talking politics? Yes, just for a brief minute. All right? Over or under, Kamala Harris is named president within 2 years. Leroy Jenkins. Fuck, who gives a shit? Well, you know what? Here's the thing. Sleepy Joe probably will be fucking fall asleep one night and he just won't wake up, and that'll be the end of that. And there you got Kamala Harris. So when the fuck that happens, that's when the fuck that happens, man. You know? Yeah, what the fuck? Yeah. I don't know what to tell you. Yeah. Insurrection, man. I believe it was funny that I follow Richard Patrick, the guy I used to have on the radio show from Filter, and he is just he's gone from like making music just becoming a just a fucking political. Every post is political, and I follow it because I'm just like whatever. I like the guy; he's a good dude, but I'm like, all right, enough with the politics. But he posted a picture, which I should have had loaded up, but it was like a picture of Trump's inauguration, and then it was a split shot with what happened on Tuesday with that the Capitol storming, and it just looked like it was like his inauguration was all beautiful. Then it was like the end of his reign, And it was just fucking mayhem, like fucking idiocracy. It was unreal. It's okay to be critical. He's a douche, not a Viking. Well, yeah, the Wolfman guy. He's a good dude, man. Good for that guy. You know, that guy found something to do with his life. He, dresses like a wolf. He's got a fucking raccoon hat or a wolf hat, coyote hat. I don't know what the fuck kind of hat that is. But he was like, you know what? I'm going to do something with my life. I'm going to go fucking storm the Capitol with these motherfuckers. Where's the Wolfman guy? There it is. Yeah. And I'm going to get up there. I mean, that's an epic shot. I mean, if you got an Instagram, that is your avatar for life right there. How many guys get that shot? How many fucking influencers would love to have that shot? How many fucking booty girls with their ass, 40,000 pictures a day of their ass on Instagram would love to have an ass shot standing at Nancy Pelosi's fucking desk, butt crack and all, man. Women have it so good. Holy shit. Yeah, but that would be the ultimate influencer's fucking shot right there on the Senate floor, right? They're debating some shit, certifying the votes for the next president, and you storm it and get an ass shot on Pelosi's desk. Fucking hey, Wolfman got it. Good for that guy. That guy's fucking, that guy's got some balls, Not bad. I don't know, whatever. Fucking hey. We got 2 weeks left, right? 2 weeks left until we all can just calm down and get back to doing fart jokes and showing titties and asses on the Instagram. Is that it? 2 more weeks? 2 more weeks until we get back to porno on the internet. That's what I want, Let's get back to porn. Let's get back to sharing funny videos. Let's, get back to normal. People going fucking bonkers out there, You know what I saw on the internet? See, I got rid of my shit. I got rid of the fucking news, right? So I started looking for chicks. I don't know if I could say this in the Me Too politically PC correct environment that we work in, because, I'm a little older. I'm an old school fucking internet radio guy. I'm back in the days where I used to say, the C word every fucking, that's from the realm I'm from. But for some reason I follow Salma Hayek. Salma Hayek. You know who Salma Hayek is? Salma Hayek is an actress, beautiful woman, dusk till dawn. If you ever seen a woman dance with a snake, she does it. No one does it better than Salma Hayek in Dusk Till Dawn, that film with George Clooney and Quentin Tarantino about the vampires, all that shit. You remember that fucking? Salma Hayek. Anyway, Salma Hayek is 54 years old. Salma Hayek is 54 years old. And she posted a picture of herself in a bikini on Instagram. I swear to God, I was on the shitter. I was actually on the shitter. I don't mean to say that, people. If you got your ear kids around, I was taking, taking a Duke, taking the old Steam challenge. I don't know what to call taking a shit. I'm trying to think of new words to call. I was dropping off some stress. Let's put it that way. I was dropping off some stress in the bathroom, and I was on the Instagram. Scroll. And what pops up? A picture of 54-year-old Salma Hayek on the Instagram. Salma Hayek at 54 years old is unreal. And I mean, this is going to sound terrible. It's just, it's going to sound terrible. If I don't mean this in a bad way. But we had the old great Patrice O'Neill on the show one time, and he said to us on the show, and this is his words, not ours, not Rock's, not mine, not anybody else that was in the studio that day. He said that men get distinguished and women just get old. And I looked at this image of Salma Hayek on my Instagram when I was dropping off some stress in the bathroom. And I was going, man, I have never in my life until now wanted to bang a 54-year-old woman. I've never been jonesing more in my life to bang a 54-year-old woman until I saw that picture of Salma Hayek in her bikini, on the Instagrams. Unreal, Salma Hayek. Like, what is she? Is she eating the dead babies thing? Is she part of the dead baby eating thing? What is that called? What is that? QAnon or QAnon or what the fuck that is? She getting the dead baby juice, the adrenaline from the dead babies? Is that what she's getting? Because she is not aging. 54 years old. We're in a new age, pal. Like going back to Gordon Gekko, we're coming to a new age, pal. 54-year-old, mid-50-year-old people are bangable now. Bangable. Like, I would imagine Sharon Stone is around the same age as Salma Hayek. But Sharon Stone looks nothing like Salma Hayek. What is up with that? Great genes. What is she eating? Is she eating kale? Never wanted to bang somebody so hard who's a 54-year-old woman. Salma Hayek. I would suggest go following her at Salma Hayek on Instagram because you would be amazed of her figure, and she just does not age. You know, we saw who's the guy, the Weekend guy, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, the Weekend, the singer, that guy. I did a terrible joke right there. Hold on a second. Let me see if I have something for that. No, that's gone. Whatever. The Weekend. The Weekend. Guy's like 27 years old. He sings the R&B stuff. People love him. Girls want to fucking, they finger bang to him, stuff like that. The Weekend got like a nose job. Like a nose job. Guy's 27. He hasn't even grown into his body yet. He got a fucking nose job. Yeah, you look at Salma Hayek, 54 years old, all natural, perfect. The Weekend didn't even give himself a chance to grow into his body. Yet he's getting his fucking shit redone. Salma Hayek. Eat well. Not to be confused with douche cast. I don't know what that means, Rock. Thank you. Salma Hayek. Hot as fucking ass. So we had the Insurrection. We had Dr. Dre getting a brain aneurysm, which is fine with me because if I hear another fucking Dr. Dre song, I think I might have a fucking brain aneurysm. All you will hear out in fucking, obviously, Arizona's stuck in 1995 to 1998. All you hear is fucking Dr. Dre out here. So I'm done. Like with Dr. Dre. God forbid I didn't want the guy passing away, brain aneurysm, but maybe people should be like, maybe we should stop playing his music for some reason. Because he got a brain aneurysm, maybe we should stop. Maybe Dr. Dre, I shouldn't say this, but maybe Dr. Dre got a brain aneurysm because he's listening to the fucking Chronic too much. You know what I'm saying? You hear that? I mean, I've heard the Chronic album probably 200,000 times in my life, and I think it's really killing my brain power. I'm done. I don't need to hear it anymore. Done. We need to retire music, by the way. That's another thing. Like retire senators, retire fucking, we cap the president for when he can run. We need to retire music. Some music needs to be retired. For example, AC/DC needs to be retired. We need to take all the masters of AC/DC and put it in some fucking museum. And if you want to listen to it, you have to go to the fucking museum to listen to it. We're done as humans listening to AC/DC. There's some music that needs to go. It can't be played anymore ad nauseum. Thunderstruck every fucking day of our lives. Everywhere you go, anybody, you walk into a mini mart out here, or you walk into, somewhere, you hear some dude who swings a hammer for a living. He's listening to fucking AC/DC. Stop. People are going crazy. Stop. We need to retire music. Some music needs to be fucking retired. I know you're saying, oh man, AC/DC's a classic. No, it's not. One of the guys from the band I overheard saying one time, he's like, we made 12 albums and they all sound the same. So that guy's like retired of fucking music too. Retired internet talk show host as well. Yes, I should have been retired fucking 2 shows into this mess 18 years ago. You're correct on that, but I got nothing else to do, bro. I got nowhere else to go. Let's retire some music. Somebody type in the chat room. Guns N' Roses to me should be retired too. Fuck that. They got to go. Fucking Guns N' Roses. Def Leppard needs to go. Retire this shit. Certainly Kiss. What has Kiss done? Come on. Well, we need to retire that shit. You're not retiring Salma Hayek, though. I still have her image up. Not retiring Salma Hayek. She's fucking, I tell you what, 54 years old. I swear to God, I'd be fucking... Oof. It would cure my erectile dysfunction. I'm telling you. That's what I'm saying, bro. That's what I'm saying. Chick that hot cures erectile dysfunction. I do feel like I have the erectile dysfunction. But, that's coming from a guy who hasn't seen a vagina in like a year. And when I did have the vagina, that year ago, I couldn't see it because we were in the dark. So I knew it was in the vicinity, and I got my hammer to X marks the spot, but never got to see it, actually. Yeah, a lot to do on today's radio program. The random thoughts, random questions at Lunatic Radio. Some folks did that. We need to get that going. Random questions at lunaticradio.com. I'm trying to be interactive. We got the phone lines open. 716-325-0299. If you want to call into the radio program, call into the fucking radio program and talk to me. If you got something to say, fucking say it, bro. The weekend's plastic surgery isn't real. It's a part of a story. See, I was thinking that too. I was like, is this guy pulling a fucking thing on us? Nothing's real. Well, maybe the guy should get plastic surgery. Did I just report something that wasn't real? True. All right. So the weekend didn't get plastic surgery. Is that true? I don't know if it's true anymore, Rock, in the chat room. You have to see J-Lo in a white cut. Oh, yeah. J-Lo's another one. J-Lo's another one. She's 52 years old. She's fucking digging on A-Rod, They tried to buy the Mets or something. But J-Lo's another one but I take Salma Hayek. Who are you taking? Early 50s people. Let's, in the chat room, give me some feedback here. J-Lo or Salma Hayek? 54-year-old Salma Hayek or 52-year-old J-Lo? Who are you banging first? I'm going Salma Hayek. That's still dawn. I don't think J-Lo has a movie scene like that. No, J-Lo does not have a movie scene like the one that fucking Salma Hayek had in Dusk Till Dawn. And, mind you, I don't think J-Lo's ever done a nude scene in a movie. I don't think J-Lo's ever done a movie that I wanted to see. That's a problem. She made a lot of fucking movies. Some sort of made movie. I don't even know what the fuck she made. I know she was in a movie with Wesley Snipes at one point. And who was it? Woody Harrelson? I don't even know. Billy Chan in the chat room. I'm voting for Betty White. Betty White still could take the D. That girl is feisty in her 90s. You're going to blow the cobwebs off of that one. I swear to God, if Betty White actually got the D in her 90s, it would probably set her back 10 years. She'd probably live to about 125. That lady's never going to die. She can still act, too. She can still be, she can be out there. She's a force. I tell you what, Betty White can probably work a Fire Stick remote control, unlike my mother, who's 73 and calls me every 5 minutes to come over and help her fucking turn on a channel on Hulu. Betty White can work a fucking Fire Stick remote. My mom can't. 73. Can't do it. I went over there last night. I was like, hey, Mom, what's going on? She's like, what's the problem? She's like, I'm in Hulu, and it just wants me to rent everything. I'm like, no, Ma, you're in Amazon Prime. She's like, where am I? Amazon Prime. She's like, what is that? I was like, that's what you're in. They don't understand apps. Don't like hearing you love Made in Manhattan. Oh, yeah. Made in Manhattan. That's the movie. I can't. All right, let's do I have a countdown? Let's see if I have intermission music. See if I can. Let me see. Let me see if I have something here. Can I name 3 Jennifer J-Lo movies? No, I cannot. I cannot name 3. Can't name 3 J-Lo movies. All I know J-Lo has is an ass. That's it, people. J-Lo has a cavernous ass. She was the first of the cavernous asses to make it famous. I'll put it that way, because back on A Living Color, when she was a fly girl, that ass was like taking on most of the stage before, the intros and outros to the show, before, the guys got on there and did their wacky fireman, bits. J-Lo was the first of the cavernous asses to make. J-Lo might have been the, she might have forged the big ass fascination that we have as a culture, because we went from J-Lo and then, everybody else started getting big asses. And we're like, big asses aren't so bad. And then Nicki Minaj, kind of turned her ass into a fucking goddamn hot air balloon. Yeah, there you go. That was that, a lot to do on today's radio program. The Insurt-Erection was great. I enjoyed every moment of it. I'm sorry that people that lost their lives. Who knows what's going to fucking happen to, who cares? I don't care anymore. But this is what happens when you have middle America elect a president. There you go. Unreal. Is it random question or questions? It's random question. Random question. Random question. Random questions at lunaticradio.com. Random questions at lunaticradio.com. Yeah. So send in your random questions. Word them up. What do I want to dive into first? Well, I did get a random question. Hey, Kieran, here's a random question. I want to go to Vegas later this year. I want to go to Vegas later this year. What are some fun things to do in Vegas? Thanks, Chris, Kentucky. Chris in Kentucky wants to know what's good to do in Vegas. I don't know if Chris in Kentucky knows the nickname for Las Vegas. It's called Sin City. There's a lot to do in fucking Vegas. It's called Sin City. I've been to Las Vegas 8 times, never gambled. 8 times I've been to Las Vegas, never gambled. I found shit to do. I don't even have to do drugs. I've never done drugs in Vegas. I never do drugs anyway, but I never done drugs. And I found shit to do. You can go anywhere. The entire city of Las Vegas smells like weed now. I would say this, though. You are from Kentucky. Chris, you says you're from Kentucky. I would imagine you have some sort of morals. You have some sort of morals about you. I would take those morals and put them into a carry-on bag and hope that motherfucker gets lost on another flight. Because you can't bring your moral code to Vegas. You got to check that shit at the door. When you get to Vegas, you know, it's like that old saying, everything, whatever happens in Vegas, everything stays in Vegas, whatever the fuck that shit is. I'll suggest this. Go to the Crazy Horse. The Crazy Horse is a strip club where Jennifer Jameson got her start. Jennifer Jameson is the old porn star. She's very famous. She made a lot of money doing the porn stuff. But she started dancing as a stripper there. It's an old school famous strip club. Now, when you walk in there, all you're going to see is piles of humans. Like piles of humans just on top of each other. Just go dive in. That's fun. Leave your fucking inhibitions at the door. Bring some cash with you. Dive into the pile of people at the Crazy Horse. That's something fun to do. You know, you can just walk around Vegas, to be honest with you. You can walk around Vegas and people watch. It's unreal. You can get porno on the street in Vegas. There's so much to do in Las Vegas. Just check. Take all the no's out. Whenever you get to Vegas, eliminate the word no. Anytime somebody asks you questions in the city limits of Vegas, the answer to the question is yes. Never no. Just say yes, yes, yes the whole time you're there and see where your life takes you. That's what I suggest doing. Because you can find fun at any fucking street corner. Any street corner there in Las Vegas. Vegas is great. It is depressing as fuck because I did go there about 2 months ago and I stayed in a hotel off the strip because we were playing golf or whatever. And I don't know what the name of the fucking casino I was at. Maybe it was called like Stardust or something. It was fucking terrible. That was like people that are like 2 weeks away from dying. That's where they went to go gamble because there was just death on a stick there. That was depressing. So Vegas does have a lot of depressing things. But if you're staying on the strip, you're doing the vacation type thing. Yeah, just leave the nose on the plane, leave your morals on the plane, and just enter Vegas and just be free. Because you'll have a fucking blast in Vegas. See, that's a random question, people. Chris sent a random question, and I just answered. That's a random fucking question. By the way, Absent sent in another question, random questions. He said, is this thing on? That was his random question. I would believe, yes, this thing is on. I don't know what he means by the thing. If it was referring to my penis, I'm not sure if that's on or not. Thing doesn't work anymore. Erectile dysfunction, people. It's a fucking thing that's happening. I feel like I have it, but I don't know if I have it or not. Not positive. I haven't been around anything that stimulates me other than TJ Maxx sock. And that's a joke. That is not true. Yeah, word up. If you want to call in, 716-325-0299. 716-325-0299. Phone lines are open. I am ready for your shit, people. I am jonesing to watch the fucking Tiger Woods documentary coming out on HBO Max today about Tiger Woods and his rise and fall and his rise again. I'm a big golfer. If there's any celebrity in the world that I would probably become, have that fuck that guy. I love that guy. What do they call it? I forget what they call it. Anyway, he would be a guy I would be nervous around if I ever had to meet him. Because this fucking Tiger Woods, I kind of idolize the guy. I don't know why, but I do. And the HBO is doing a documentary on Tiger. It's called Tiger, The Rise and Fall, some shit like that. And I'm jonesing to watch it because Rock and I used to have his first mistress on our radio program, Rachel Yucatel. And Rachel Yucatel is on that documentary talking about Tiger Woods. Not like footage from the past, Rachel Yucatel. It's current footage of Rachel Yucatel talking about Tiger Woods. So I got to know what that's about because Rock and I used to have Rachel on the show a couple times, and she was fabulous. I want to know what Rachel has to say. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that Tiger Woods shit, man. It's going to be good. I hope it's great. Fucking A. The other thing I was watching another thing. I should do a movie review segment on this show, by the way. All the years of radio, and he can't appreciate, is this thing on? I do appreciate it. I do appreciate your question, Absent. Is this thing on? Yes. Is this thing on? I get the joke. It was a part of our intro. I remember. I know the fucking sayings. I do this fucking show.
If we had an idea about what we do, we would not be good at what we do, would we? We would be cunts. You calling us cunts?
By the way, The Departed is the greatest movie in the last 20 years. The Departed is the greatest movie in the last 20 years. Throwing that out for fucking takes. Hashtag LunaticRadio at LunaticRadio.com. If you disagree, if The Departed was the greatest movie in the last 20 years, The Departed is the greatest movie in the last 20 years. I can watch that fucking film a million times. I watched it twice this weekend getting drunk. You know? I thought when I first saw the movie The Departed, I thought Jack Nicholson's performance as the mob guy, the Irish mob guy, I thought it was horrendous when I first saw it. Then I watched it like another 60 times, and I'm like, this guy's brilliant. How can I ever question the acting stylings of fucking Jack Nicklaus? Oh, Jack Nicholson. Jack Nicklaus is the golfer. Jack Nicholson is the guy I'm trying to talk about. Jack Nicholson is amazing. Leonardo DiCaprio's amazing. Fucking Alec Baldwin's amazing. Even Mark Wahlberg, who looks like he's acting in the movie, does an okay job. You know, Martin Sheen's in the movie. Fucking Matt Damon. You can't name a dude who sucks at acting in that movie other than Mark Wahlberg. You know, Wahlberg, of course, he'd love it. Yes, I know. Wahlberg, you know, 2021's getting off to the same start 2020 got off to. Because I follow Mark Wahlberg on the Instagrams, and the guy's got like 40,000 businesses. And whenever he's promoting any single one of them, he's in his driveway with his shirt off going, hey, check out Mark Wahlberg Chevrolet. They got a hot deal today. You know, he's always shirtless. Enough, Mark. You're 49 years old. You're in shape. We get it. Enough. But he was good in that movie. You know, he looked like he was acting in the movie. No one else in that movie looked like they were acting. Not Jack Nicholson, not fucking Martin Sheen, not fucking Matt Damon. No one else in that looked like. They looked like the people they were playing. You suspended belief that that's Alec Baldwin. That's a cop. He's playing a cop. He's a chief police. He's the chief of police. When you see Mark Wahlberg, you go, there's Mark Wahlberg in his dad's shirt acting, trying to get his lines out. He's not a good actor. You know, he's just Mark Wahlberg's just he's just I think Mark Wahlberg is he's got that Kanye West thing to him. He's like he's persistent. You know, he's persistent. He's a go-getter. And he works hard. I'll give him that. Talent, I think the talent ends at his, you know, when he does after he does his crunches. His abs are talented. He's got talented abs because he has abs. You know what I'm saying? It's all about how he looks. Like there's nothing more. There's nothing else to him. The guy's a fucking Calvin Klein model done good. That's what he is. Are you saying I'm jealous of Mark Wahlberg? You could be right. I am jealous. You know? Fucking A, bro. You know what also pisses me off? Oh, I got this. What do I want to do? 716-325-0299 if you want to call into the radio program. How long have I been ranting? You know what I found myself doing today? This is what I found myself doing today. I was on IMDb, right? The Internet Movie Database, is that what it's called? And I was counting the lines that Kristen Stewart had in the vampire movies that she did. the Twilight movies. I was counting the lines, how many lines of dialogue that Kristen Stewart had in the Twilight movies. All of them together. And I got up, I was counting, I saw our character's name and I was going through each piece of dialogue, counting, going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, How long have I been ranting? 20 years. Yes, absolutely. Thank you for that one. Great to see you back on the mic. Haywood from Australia, dropping in loads all over your glasses. Yes, Haywood. Welcome back, my friend. Blowing loads all over your glasses. Who was that? Nick Manning, I think that guy was that blew the loads on that lady's face. That guy's very vicious when he does the porn scenes. Anyway, I was on IMDb counting the lines of dialogue that Kristen Stewart had in the movie series Twilight. I believe there's 3 movies, right? 3 movies of Twilight or 2, whatever it was. She had, well over 100 lines of dialogue. But 80% of those lines of dialogue were no more than 6 words. No more than 6 words. And she never had more like a paragraph of lines or short monologue of lines. She had like 2-sentence lines. Like, hey, I'm going to the store. You want me to pick up some milk? That would be the longest line of dialogue she would have at any moment in all the Twilight movies. Right? And the reason why I was on IMDb looking up Kristen Stewart, woe is me, Kristen Stewart, is that in the year 2020, she's still worth $70 million. The woman is worth $70 million. And you might be asking, why, Kier, were you fucking thinking about Kristen Stewart again? She's lesbian. She would never be into you. Yes, I get it. I know. But I was watching the other day, because I only have movie channels. I was watching Into the Wild with that fucking kid. What the hell's his name? I forget his name. But I was watching the movie Into the Wild about the guy who, the kid that, he's just like, fuck life. I'm just going to go to Alaska and live with the bears. And he ends up dying because he eats fucking berries that are poisonous and he starves to death and dies. Well, Kristen Stewart's in that movie. She plays like a young girl that he meets on the road. And she actually has some lines of dialogue in that movie. I believe it might have been probably one of her first films she's ever done because it's kind of an old movie. And she's pretty young in it. But she has some lines of dialogue. And I was like, wow, there's Kristen Stewart having lines of dialogue, looking like an actress. Maybe this is the movie that was like, said to the movie execs out there in Hollywood going, hey, this broad's got something. But then they realized she didn't. But I was like, that's probably the movie. That's probably one of those roles because she was cute. She sung. It was one of them things. Then I was just like, all right, she's worth $70 million though. And she made most of that money off of that Twilight bullshit. $70 million. $70 million. Most of that came from the Twilight series. And she had, could you guys, let me ask this, pose it to the listeners. Is 100 words of dialogue, 100 lines of dialogue worth $70 million? Let me ask you that. I believe she made alone $45 million off the Twilight thing. And actually, mind you, I have this loaded up. Kristen Stewart, during the pandemic, was a part of this series on Netflix called Homemade, where it was a series of actors made homemade movies. And Kristen Stewart was amongst one of them. And she had 1 line of dialogue in her entire home movie. 10 minutes. It was 10 minutes of Kristen Stewart sleeping in her bed and then sitting on her patio or her deck, staring out into the LA area, whatever it was. She lived in the Hollywood Hills. She's staring out into the mountains above fucking Hollywood, staring out there, hearing the hustle and bustle of traffic or the silence of traffic because there's really not many people out, maybe a random horn here or there. She has one dialogue, 1 line of dialogue. And I believe it was like, no, I don't want to do that. Something like that. The rest of the time she's sleeping. It was 10 minutes of that. I actually, in this series Homemade on Netflix, I actually read an article from the fucking New York fucking Post Oh, no, it was the New York Times, I believe, that some motherfucker over there wrote, Kristen Stewart made a home movie in the series Homemade on Netflix. It was a masterpiece in minimalist. A masterpiece in minimalist. Unfucking real, people. Unreal. I actually started the game when Cart Rodriguez dropped the N-word. Oh, yeah. There you go. Oh, yeah. I remember that. Yeah. Philip Baker in the chat room. I actually started that game when Coach Rodriguez would drop the N-word, and you had to guess how many minutes in seconds he would drop the M-bomb. Yes. That was an old drunk call hotline game we used to play. We had a guy playing, I don't know. I don't know if it's worth going down to explain the Snow Awards. Yeah, I get it. Yeah, so Kristen Stewart, worth $70 million. Everything's right in the world. 2021, getting off to a great. Kim and Kanye's getting divorced. That's a big one, though. I'm good with that. I'm good with Kanye. Last person that went to Wyoming to live in a fucking shack wrote a manifesto and ended up getting arrested by the FBI, I believe. So I'm liking where Kanye's at in Wyoming in a ranch, doing whatever the fuck he's doing up there. I don't give a shit. The guy's gonna be arrested, but you can eliminate him from the fucking planet. You know, we're good. Kanye, Kim can go start fucking making her porn films back again. I'm all for that. 2021, got a good outlet, you know. Fucking A. I watch a lot of shit. Maybe I should just do a show on what I watched. Because the pandemic, motherfuckers. I'm not out there hanging and banging. You know, I'm watching shit on TV. I'm getting loaded. That's all I do. I go to the gym every once in a while, but, you know, it's getting a little fucking sketchy going to the gym. There's a lot of people with a lot of fucking sneezing and stuff. We played the game when Patty Saltines said it. I don't know. I don't remember what people are saying. 716-325-0299 if you want to call into the radio program. I was watching this shit. And they actually have audio here. As I get older, I don't know what it is. It might be an age thing. You know? You lose a little bit of that hair, you know? Fucking you lose a little bit of hair. And you start getting into weird shit. And I'm not saying this shit is weird because they're the greatest band of all time in a lot of people's opinion. And actually, you know, be honest with you, I'm not a super huge fan, but I think they might be the greatest band of all time. I've been getting into the Beatles lately because I have the Sirius XM thing and they have the Beatles channel. I listen to the fucking Beatles, right? So I'm watching I'm listening to the Beatles. I'm more of a Lennon guy, not a fucking McCartney dude. But, you know, so I was watching this fucking documentary again, another fucking documentary here on Netflix called Above the Sky, John and Yoko Above the Sky, right? And it's a documentary about their relationship, them living in London, and then how Yoko wanted to live in New York and forced John to move to New York, and they loved New York, and John ended up getting shot thanks to Yoko in New York. Everything Yoko. Yoko, obviously famous for, potentially breaking up the Beatles. But there was one part in this documentary I was watching where it's literally fucking John Lennon on stage. It's live footage of him playing music. So it's John Lennon on stage. I still got the fucking Kristen Stewart thing up, and I need an intern to switch the fucking scenes for me. It's John Lennon on stage. I think I have an image of this, actually. Let's see if I can find it. Yeah, here it is. It's John Lennon on stage playing in a white, suit. He's killing it. The other person playing guitar on stage with him is Eric Clapton. Eric Clapton and John Lennon are playing music on stage. In between them in this documentary is footage of Yoko Ono hiding underneath the bed sheet. Eric Clapton, legend, John Lennon, Lennon icon, playing music, right? And out of nowhere in the middle of the song, fucking this happens. Now, I can't play the music that John Lennon was playing and Eric Clapton was playing because it's copywritten, and that sucks about YouTube, and I can't do that. But I don't think you can copyright what Yoko Ono does because I don't think it's worth. No one would ever copyright that. But out of nowhere, during that performance, she gets up and just starts yelling like this. That's it. She does this throughout the song. And it was the guy that played drums during that set was actually in the documentary saying, out of nowhere, I just heard noise and I got scared. And it was Yoko doing this shit. You know what guys get frustrated at women? Is because Yoko Ono literally has -0 talent. Negative 65 on the talent meter. -65. But she fucked the right dude. She fucked the right dude. You know? You know what Yoko Ono's worth? $700 million. And this is her talent. Yeah, so there's John Lennon playing music with Eric Clapton and that happening in the middle of the song, right in the middle of the stage, underneath a sheet. You can't even see who's doing it. Unreal. Unreal. Yoko Ono's worth $700 million. And what did she give to the world? Radio File is correct. The guy from Las Vegas who had the amazing radio voice he used to call in way back in the day, Haywood, is Radio File, right? Yes. I don't know what to think of Yoko Ono. I have negative thoughts of Yoko Ono. She's one of the people in the world that has just made one decision or achieved one thing in life, and it completely set her up. And it really wasn't like working hard and building a business type thing or betting on the right stock. It was just like, I need to get that guy's dick and then I'll be set. And that's what happened. Her vagina must be the most amazing. Maybe her talent is her vagina. Like back in the day, maybe her vagina was just like top 2 vaginas in the world or something. You know, I have no idea. Or Yoko Ono, I don't get it. I don't get it. It was funny. I was at work, and one of the dudes at work was playing Bill Burr's podcast. I think he was talking about this same exact thing, and he was saying how fucking pussy whipped Bill Burr was saying how pussy whipped John Lennon is. And I gotta agree there. I mean, you're John Lennon. I mean, you're the voice of a generation. You're playing music on stage, and then you let your significant other come on stage and ruin your art by doing this. Honestly, what says nothing says pussy whip more than that. Like, that's annoying. That is annoying sound. That's not art. That's just annoying. Like, if a kid did that, you would put him in timeout, right? That's an annoying thing. There's nothing. I mean, where I ripped this audio from was from her, I guess, doing a art installation in an art gallery somewhere, maybe New York or London. And she's on a microphone doing that with like hundreds of people watching her, and they're excited to be watching her make this noise. Like, they literally clap for her at the end of it. What is there art there? What is that? What is it? $700 million that woman's worth. What did we learn today, folks? That Kieran's annoyed with, am I annoyed with women who don't do much that are worth a lot of money? I think that's what we're learning. I mean, God bless the women out there. I mean, you guys got your thing going on. I've argued, I'll argue through the vagina makes the world go around. I wouldn't be doing this fucking radio show. I wouldn't take showers if their vaginas didn't exist and I didn't want one, to like play around with every once in a while. Vaginas make the world go around. So can I be fucking pissed off that fucking Yoko made $700 million? She's got one of the vaginas. I get it. I guess if they put that logic behind it, makes sense. People are clapping for her, Yoko Ono. $700 million. By the way, mind you, that's a 77-year-old woman doing that. Cackling, people looking, hey, what the fuck? That's great. Love that fucking woman. Salma Hayek. Not Yoko Ono. Salma Hayek, I do love. Fucking A, bro. 54-year-old woman I would love to have sex with. If you want to call in, 716-325-0299. I also got this shit sent to me. Apparently, there is... where did I put it? Apparently, there's a children's TV show out of Denmark with the lead character having a huge and uncontrollable penis. I don't know. I was on seeing it. The guy sent me a link. I got to find this thing. I had it set up too, and I don't know what the fuck I did with it. Apparently, there's a children's show out of Denmark where there's a dude with a giant penis. It's called, I think it's called Joey Dillernam or something. I'll get it in a second. I have it. I have the email. I eliminated it from my thing, and then I gotta find it again. Let me see. Yeah, this is from CNN, and I believe I have images of this somewhere. Denmark's flagship broadcaster has suffered a blowback over its newest children's TV program, John Dillernam, an animation starring a man with a penis so massive and flexible it can save children from danger, fetch objects from a river, and appropriate as a pogo stick. The show, whose 13 episodes are available...
Say goodbye.
Hold on.
Bye-bye. To Caillou as parents...
Yeah, let me
Joyce.
Let me pause that for a second. The 13 episodes are available to watch on the DR Network's website. It follows its titular character as he navigates an array of unsuspected scenarios caused by his huge genitalia. In an episode 1, for instance, Dillernam used his gigantic stripy organ as a leash for his dog. What? I don't know. I think I have images of this. It's John Dillernam. Here, let me see. Let me see if I have it. I believe I did an image search on Google. Let me see if we can find it. Here we go. This is images from the John Dillernam show out of Denmark. It's a children's show. I believe I do have a news copy to play on this. Let me see. This is from CNN. This is their VO from the news story they did about John Dillernam, the Denmark thing.
Dear John Dillernam.
But we bet he won't be replaced with the new kids show, Making Waves in Denmark. It's about a guy in a striped onesie with an astonishing male member, capable of feats like suspending him from balloons and igniting the...
There's a guy to I mean, look. Is in the midsection is just a long, like, hose thing, and it's his dick, and it saves children from fucking bad stuff. Look, he's carrying balloons with his dick. God, the Danish have it all figured out.
Barbecue, even saving kids from a lion. Reactions ranged from sick to it's glorious. The show is aimed at kids ages 4 to 8, Denmark's public service broadcaster, DR, said, "We recognize young children's growing curiosity about their bodies and genitals. The hero's always having close calls. For instance, when a neighbor almost trimmed more than the hedges, imagine being able to play badminton against yourself. At least if you get beaten by your own manhood, no cause for a tantrum." Jeannie Mose, CNN, New York.
Oh, there you go. I mean, it makes sense. 2021, we got a fucking, yeah, that's fine. What is it, Denmark? Who really pays attention to Denmark anyway? I don't want to bash people in Denmark, but I'm just saying, you know, it's, whatever, man, whatever. What was the excuse? They, they wanted to put out some substance because young kids get curious about their genitalia. So they wanted to have a show with a guy with a giant dick to let the kids be comfortable with playing with their nuts. I don't know, man. Whatever. That makes sense. That makes sense. I wish I had that, when I was a kid. They had the John Dillernam show when I was a kid. Because I don't think I would be any different. I'd be constantly cleaning my balls. John Dillernam. So there you go. Denmark has a children's show with a guy with a giant dick. Good for them. Idiocracy, man. I'm telling you. Every week. I'm going to try not to mention it every week. But we have blown past the 500 years that it would take to become this stupid. We have exponentially narrowed those years. It only took 9? It took 9 years to get there. I guarantee you John Dillernam will win some sort of fucking, I don't know, Golden Globe for best foreign kids thing. The guy with the giant dick wins it. That's original for kids. I get it. I mean, how many pedophiles are going to become super fans of that? I mean, there's next year's Halloween costume, dressed up as John Dillernam, walking around that's what I'm doing. I'm fucking being John Dillernam or the Wolfman guy. It's going to be one of those two. What else do I got? Anything else on the fucking docket today? This is going to be like Kieran's rant. I don't know. I'm trying to get to the flow of the radio program. I don't know what to do. Should I do it like a Bill how do I do the show? That's what I'm wondering. What did I cover? Yoko Ono, anything else? Got anything else? Eric Clapton, I did that. Absence, yeah, I did that. I think I did everything. I wanted to do today. Look at that. I got an hour in. That was good. Fucking did it. Thank you everybody for checking out the Lunatic Radio Show. Appreciate it. Got my rant out for this week. I feel good. This is like therapy, this fucking show. I get on here, I tell you the things that bother me. I tell you the things, I try to make you laugh. Do it like a bit. Cranky Kieran. I don't know. Well, that could be a whole different other thing. That bit can have two meanings. That's a cool teacher in the chat room coming back with that one. Random question at lunaticradio.com. Random question at lunaticradio.com is the email address. If you have a random question, please leave your name and where you're from and your random question. It could be anything. Email me randomquestion at lunaticradio.com. And I will dive deep like Chris from Kentucky, Las Vegas. It's Sin City, Chris. There's plenty of fun things to do. Just don't get arrested. I would say don't do drugs and don't say the word no. Two things you don't do in Vegas. Don't do the drugs because I feel like he's not a drug guy. I think he works in the media industry. I don't know. Don't do the drugs because in Vegas, if you do drugs in Vegas, say you're doing a couple, bumps of yayo, you can end up in the fucking desert, with your head buried up to your neck. Don't do that. Vegas is a dangerous place to do drugs. And not that I've done drugs in Vegas, but I would imagine it's a terrible place to do drugs. But don't say the word no. Just go in there, people watch, have some drinks. Pretty much every casino on the strip is got something for you to do. You know? The MGM's great. Yeah, they're all kind of good. Even the Flamingo, which is the dive, it's still kind of nostalgic. Got that nice thing, you know. I would suggest this: don't rent porn in your hotel room. I did that, and it cost a fortune, and the porn was terrible. No need to rent porn. It's very fucking. If you're in Vegas renting porn in your hotel room, it's a sad moment. Philip Baker checking in. Was the little cup of Starbucks underage when you first met her? No, that is not true. He's gonna say Alexis, Texas. What, Alexis, Texas? Yeah, Alexis, Texas is the greatest. I got Alexis, Texas on my thing. It's always loaded here. See, look, Alexis, Texas is the greatest of all time. Yeah, that is it. Greatest porn star of all time is Alexis, Texas. Absolutely. All right, with that, I think I'm gonna call it a day, unless one of you folks want to call in as I play the outro music. Word them up. Thank you to everybody checking out the LunaticRadio.com show. Philip Baker Haywood from Australia, cool teacher. Rock jumped in there for a little bit. 2 things we learned on the show today. Kirsten Stewart still annoys me. Salma Hayek is hot as shit at 54. I'm done with politics. DirecTV doesn't give a shit if you cancel their service. What else did I learn? Oh, John Dillernam is something I probably need to watch. It's a kids show. Might get into that one. Follow the Lunatic Radio show at Lunatic Radio on Instagram and Twitter. Email us if you have a random question. RandomQuestion at LunaticRadio.com. RandomQuestion at LunaticRadio.com. Until next week, people, unless the world ends, I'll pop on during the week and maybe rant about it. Thank you to everybody. Absent, word up. Donations. If you want to send a donation to the LunaticRadio.com show, LunaticRadio.com website, click the donate button. I believe it still works. Slatron, everybody. Peace.